Hello, beautiful kindred souls, and welcome to my spiritual oasis. Here, weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. We are on the last leg of our elemental journey today. So this is going to be a Soulful 7 or Healing Oasis message connected to Earth energy. So we are going to spend some time talking about Earth energy, what it represents. We have a whole spread of all the energies that are connected to Earth, including the planetary energies, the zodiac signs, the houses. So we're going to be diving into all of that information today as we discuss the element of Earth. So in addition to this chat conversation, we're also going to have readings for each of the astrological signs connected to Earth. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn represented here today. There will be timestamps to different segments of the video if you want to hop around, you want to get right to the reading, whatever and however you want to use this, then do as you are so moved to do. But today I am moved to talk about the element of Earth. And before I get into my gushing conversation about Earth energy, I want to invite you to join the Kindred family by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Click like and subscribe. I already said to subscribe. Click like, drop a comment down below if something does resonate with you. And if you enjoy this type of content in general, I appreciate it. It, of course, supports my channel, and it also helps other kindred souls find the messages meant for them here on my YouTube channel. Okay. If you are interested in your own personal reading, you can connect with me on Etsy. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. So the links to all of that stuff will be in the description if you're interested in any of that. So, without further ado, let's get into our conversation about around the element of Earth. So, Earth energy, as represented by this card here in our spread, is a divine feminine. So it's yin energy. Divine feminine, inwardly strong energy that talks about receptivity. So receiving, persistence, patience, practicality. Our Earth energies are planners because Earth wants to know that something is a sure thing before they dive into it. Patience is their calling card. They're all about taking their time. They're in no rush, no hurry to do anything. Grounded, stable, sturdy, firm. That is Earth. Because you can build a house on a firm foundation, a firm earthen foundation. And Earth signs and Earth energy in general is very much so connected to that message. As you can see represented in the card, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn are the zodiac signs connected to Earth energy. One thing that I like to note about Earth is that Earth in many ways is a vessel. It is a vessel that harbors the nutrients and nourishment ready to support life. But Earth by itself, without the active flowing energy of water, it's dormant. You know, it is energy that is waiting, ready. And when it's activated then by that water energy, all of those nutrients and stuff are, they're used, then they're able to be used to support life. So Earth is about support, whereas water is like the infusing energy that gets things started. It is the birth, it is the conception of energy. It's what gets it moving. Activated, that's the word I was looking for. It activates life, whereas Earth supports life. So again, that inwardly strong divine feminine energy, earth energy, earthen energy is very trustworthy. They're very dependable, responsible, and they're often the ones to take on often more responsibility than they should in situations, because they want to make sure that things are supported, that things are taken care of. They're very capable energies as well, and they invoke, whether or not this is reality or not, but they invoke a sense of comfort and dependability from people. So people depend on earth energies because they exude this energy that they can be depended on. Okay, so I wanted to now take a look at each of the signs, and in doing so, we're also going to talk about the houses and the fixed energy and the planets connected to the zodiac sign. So the first sign we're going to start with is Taurus. So Taurus is the second zodiac sign, comes right after Aries. Taurus is represented by this beautiful card here. Taurus is a sign of trust, patience, and sensuality connected to Venus energy. So beauty, whether that be, your physical beauty, whether that be art, and, Venus also talks about like what you love and enjoying worldly experiences, as well as like what inspires you. Inspiration is very connected to Venus energy. So Taurus is the divine feminine placement of Venus, this idea of patience, support, and sensuality. Taurus, I like that, Taurus is connected to the bull, right? That's the animal that's associated with Taurus. The thing that I like about the bull is that, in the perspective of Taurus, is that it's often connected to like Ferdinand the bull. So peaceful, loving, patiently, just slow to anger, slow to do whatever. But the thing about the bull, Ferdinand or not, and this is similar with Tauruses as well, if you get them fired up, finally, because it takes a minute. It takes a minute to get a Taurus and really any of the earth signs, moving in any direction, whether that be positive or challenging. They go the mile. They go the mile, okay? So Taurus is a fixed energy, meaning that, stability, persistence, loyalty, dependability are calling cards. Fixed energy doesn't like change or doesn't change easily. Fixed energy likes to, go the mile. And in this particular case, we're talking about earth energy. So we're talking about going the mile from the perspective of earth. So I feel like this is kind of like what Taurus likes, Taurus likes. It's hard to change Taurus's mind. But if you are able to do so or get Taurus, moving in a different direction, then, there's opportunity for settlement, but it's very, very difficult to change the direction that Taurus is headed once Taurus gets going. Taurus is also connected to, or is the natural ruler of the second house. So the second house talks about self-worth, material value, physical security, and possessions. It's also the house in your birth chart where you can when you look at the second house, you can also kind of tell in what areas or in what ways you can make money, honey, right? Like monetary opportunities from the perspective of like you as an individual. So not from a partner, not something that you win, but something that you earn. because earth energy is about toil, labor, working in order to get an outcome that you desire. And I feel like, you know, Venus isn't often associated with like work, you know, that's usually Saturn. But I feel like, you know, Venus works on, you know, when you're looking at beauty, right? Beauty is something that is worked on, whether it be a beautiful art piece. It's something that's been planned, it's been thought out. Someone sketched out the design first, and then they, you know, layered on paints and did all these sorts of things and added layer and thought and energy into that painting to make it beautiful. And you could say something similar about the appearance, like someone's appearance, right? They, you know, work out, they, you know, have a rigorous, you know, skincare routine. They use lotion and other, you know, body treatments to be able to keep their skin and face and all that stuff beautiful. Applying makeup and, you know, the art of learning how to do makeup and, you know, the effort of putting it on daily or whatever the case may be. Like, there's work, there's effort that goes into it. And though we might not think of it as that, it truly is. So, well, yeah, we don't think of Venus really as working. We think of Venus more as like pleasure and enjoyment. But when we talk about this idea of beauty, excuse me, when we talk about the idea of beauty, it is connected to me, to work. It is connected to effort, to consistency. You don't just all of a sudden, you know, wash your face once and all of a sudden you're all good. No, it's a routine. It's something that you have to do regularly. Keeping up your physical appearance is something that you do regularly. Yeah. So that's Taurus. We're going to move into Virgo next. All right, Virgo. So, Virgo. So, Virgo is our mutable earth sign. Mutable energy is energy that accepts change more readily. Mutable energy is connected to surrendering, fluidity, and welcoming change, which is literally what I just said. And what was that? Oh my gosh, I had a moment. So Virgo is a changeable earth sign. What does that even mean, right? We'll talk about that in a second. Virgo is connected to integrity, reverence, and service. The sixth house, as we know, is also connected to service. It's connected to establishing foundations, which you do through routines. It's connected to health, daily life, and practical details. When you think, I feel like when you think of the sixth house, if you're like thinking career type of stuff, the sixth house is more connected to like jobs, work environment, and service to others. So if you're using the sixth house as like thinking about career, workplace, workspace, that's kind of the ties there. And Mercury. Mercury is the planetary energy that rules Virgo. So Mercury is connected to thought, learning, networking, communication. Mercury is the messenger, brings messages, the mind space. So there's Mercury is about analysis, thinking, data gathering, sorting through the details. And that to me is really kind of the Virgoian energy of Mercury. So Gemini is the divine masculine side to Mercury. And I feel like Gemini is more of the thought creation, right? Gemini can have a million thoughts a second and not move on any of them. Whereas Virgo is about making those thoughts reality. With that Mercury energy there, converting those thoughts and those ideas into something practical, into something tangible, which is what Earth energy is all about. So Virgo is going to be, you know, looking at the details, data gathering, analyzing. You know, to me, Virgo can really get into the weeds. I feel like some of the challenges of Virgo is getting into the weeds and ignoring other parts of life that are necessary, like your health and wellness and, you know, working out and creating a routine around those things, and can be kind of focused or overly concerned about, you know, making thoughts reality, if you will. Virgo energy is very, I feel like Virgo energy is very soft. I don't know how else to explain it. Kind of reminds me of like Pisces, but like from an earthen perspective. You know, with that mutable placement, Virgo is willing to change, which isn't very earthy, right? Earth is like solid and grounded and all these sorts of things. Virgo is grounded, but also willing to change in order to get something accomplished, in order to make that thought tangible. Virgo's willing to shuck and jive a little bit, to see things from a different perspective, to incorporate that new idea, to look at, you know, grab that date over there and throw it into the pile and see how it all works out. So there's kind of this very beautiful, workable energy to Virgo. And I also feel like Virgo, because Virgo is so open to new thoughts and ideas and different ways to do stuff, that sometimes Virgo can get caught up, you know, overthinking, overanalyzing, and that can lead to some health issues. So I feel like with all of the signs, I feel like these are energies that you're working on through the signs. It's not that it already exists because that sign exists in you. It's something that you're working towards. You're working on building that energy into a point and a position of high vibration. For example, Libra is a sign that's known about balance, but Libras are not balanced. That is their life mission, is to become balanced, is to balance their own personal needs with the needs of others. So Virgo, you know, is challenged with making thoughts tangible, but also life is always about balance, right? So we're not overdoing that. You know, it's about work, yes, because earth energy is about work and effort, but it's also about balancing work and effort with your health, your well-being, personal, you know, daily life activities, establishing a strong foundation for yourself, creating routines for yourself around wealth and health, wellness, and other things. And, you know, this idea of serving others too is very important, and I think it's a really, really beautiful energy to Virgo energy. Again, there's a very softness. As you can see, there's like angel wings that are represented in this card, which I do feel like, you know, Virgos do have that very angelic energy, as in, I personally feel like angels are really serious. They always feel like air signs to me. I always associate them with air signs because they always feel so serious and so practical. And I feel like that's good, but I feel like they're also very like protectors too. And I feel like that's earthy. That protector energy and dependable energy. They feel like grounded air. I don't even know. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense, but that's fine. Kind of serious. And I feel like that's also kind of Virgo, like, you know, has that Mercury and influence. So it is, you know, very mental, you know, very cerebral, very mentally focused, very mentally centered. But also has this earthy kind of supportive energy as well. Virgo is the one that you want. Virgo is the one that you want on your team, that is going to make sure all of the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. I personally am not naturally a very detail-oriented person. It is something that takes a lot of energy from me. So I do... like, I can be detail-oriented, but it's not something that, again, is really just easy and natural for me. Like, I have to really concentrate on it. I have to make lists. I have to, you know, really try. Try really hard, because my natural flow is to imagine and think big, and to, again, I said flow, right? To flow and to allow the world and the universe to just, make moves and have its way. And that's not always what is needed. So, yeah, I think this is really, really beautiful. So I feel like, the 6th house is really important to me in my birth chart, because my Venus lives in that house. So 6th house activities are things that I love and enjoy and that inspire me. My 6th house is also in Sagittarius. So that's actually a really difficult placement for the 6th house, because Sagittarius doesn't like rules and stuff. Sagittarius doesn't deal with the details of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just an interesting back and forth challenge that I have between my 6th house and my Sagittarius placement there. It's always fun. It's like creating a routine without creating a routine. Like that is the 6th house in Sagittarius. So like I said, making lists is helpful for me, putting stuff on the calendar, because I really do actually live off of my calendar. If it's on my calendar, there's a 97% chance that it's actually going to get accomplished. And it's going to happen, because I usually just look at my calendar and be like, what am I doing today, right? And move from one task to the next, and then allow the spaces in between to be whatever they want to be, says my Sagittarius energy. So I like when every day is different. I don't really rock with routine like that, but there are some things that are routine in my life because they have to be routine in my life. And I'm okay, because there's the offset of that. So I'm babbling all of this to say, if you either find it really easy or really difficult to establish routines in your life, or maybe you don't know, or you're on the fence, check out your 6th house and see what sign is in that house, because that can help you determine what the right routine or schedule or whatever might look like for you in order to actually be able to stick with it. I think that's really the 6th house lesson, is developing things, processes, and perspectives, and how to stick with it, how to stick with the processes in what makes sense for you. I feel like I'm meandering, but I feel like it's also important, especially if you have a fire or air sign in the 6th house. It's not going to be natural for you to often generalizing. So check that out. That's always a good time. It'll also tell you where some of your health concerns and stuff might live. It's just to give you a heads up or give you things to think about, and stuff like that. So you can kind of look out for it, and all of that good stuff. So that is Virgo. Now we are going to move into our dear friend Capricorn. So Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. And Capricorn is connected to ambition, realism, and methodical steps. I love that the goat is connected to Capricorn. I feel like understanding the goat, I literally looked up a video on YouTube, and I think I posted it on my Instagram a while back, earlier this year sometime. But watching a goat, watching these goats, it was a dam. They scaled a dam. It was like a sheer wall of stone that they climbed up in order to get to salt. They needed this salt mineral in order to, they needed it to support their brain and their ability to navigate the mountains and stuff like that. So they needed this particular mineral, and they scaled that dam until they got to what they were after, and then they went back down. But it was just really interesting watching the goat, because they were just walking from, it's just it's as if they were just walking across a horizontal plane. You wouldn't, just watching their calmness, they were just so calm, the next step, it was like very calm, very sure, just going step by step as if they were just walking across the street. And they were scaling this sheer wall. It was incredible. I encourage you to look it up, because to me, it really helped me understand Capricorn energy. Capricorns are fearless when they're going after their goals. This idea of ambition is like taken to the umpteenth degree. When Capricorns are after something, nothing's going to stand in their way. No hiccup, no whatever, nothing's going to stand in their way. They're going to scale that mountain until they get to that salt. And then they're going to you'll probably get another mission or whatever to go after. But there's like this paced, calm, methodical energy to Capricorn that is so incredibly Saturn energy. Like, if this is not Saturn energy, I don't know what is. So Capricorn is the divine feminine side to Saturn. Again, Capricorn is cardinal energy. Cardinal energy is connected to initiator energy. Cardinal signs, so as you can see, Aries, Cancer, and Libra are also cardinal signs. They're initiators. They will start that project. They will get it off the ground. That is the cardinal energy. They're about bravery, instigation, pioneering spirit, right? They're the ones that kicks it off, that starts it out. Like, they give it that first burst of energy. So the interesting thing about Capricorn, because they are Earth, and again, once you get Earth moving, it moves, it goes, right? Capricorn is all about achieving the goal. Anything else, any setbacks, any hiccups, do not matter. Like, those small failures pale in comparison to not achieving the goal. So Capricorns are able to kind of just persevere. That is a word that I would use for Capricorn, perseverance, okay? So Saturn. Saturn is the planetary energy connected to Capricorns. And Saturn is the planet of restriction, experience, struggle, learning, hard work, and patience. So a lot of the times, and I talked about this in my air elemental video, because Aquarius is the divine masculine side to Saturn as a natural ancient ruler. But Saturn gets a lot of slack. Well earned, I will admit. But none of these energies are against us. And sometimes Saturn is looked at as being against us because Saturn puts us through struggles and challenges in order to learn lessons. And as I said in the air, in the air elemental video, Saturn is air and earth. So there is no malice, there is no bad heart, because Saturn doesn't have a heart. This sounds so mean. Saturn is not emotional, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Saturn is not emotional. Saturn is earthy, so supportive, stable, persistent. And Saturn is airy, so dry and airy is really Saturn. That dry air energy. And air energy, in and of itself, is just strictly about the truth, right? So you put the truth in the perspective of like an earth energy. The truth is work, right? The truth is doing your due diligence, putting in the effort, grinding down, tilling the soil, fertilizing, planting the seeds, watering. Like, that is the truth to earth energy. So it would make sense then that Saturn is about learning the hard work. And sometimes in able to do that, you have to be restricted, right? Saturn is about restrictions and struggle in order to learn the lesson of hard work and patience. Having a strong work ethic and patience is actually a really solid lesson. It's something that I brought into my life from a previous life because I have no earth placements in my birth chart. So if that confused you, let me explain. There are a couple of theories around whether or not an element shows up in your birth chart and what it actually means. So my understanding of it and how I see it, and I think this is really interesting, is that your journey in this, like when your energy is expressed in this life, like you became a being in this life, you were born into this life, your birth chart is a reflection of that. And that moment is that precise moment that your energy re-enters into consciousness. Like your energy has a mission, and the mission is laid out in your birth chart. Your birth chart shows where you've been, and it shows where you need to go. And where you need to go is the energy in your birth chart. You are not your sun sign. That is what you're working towards, because your sun sign represents your core being. That is what you're learning in this life. So if you are born with your sun sign in Scorpio, you're not, you don't already have those energies. You're learning those energies. So from that perspective, if you do not come into this life with a element, that means you had that element in your previous life and you learned the lessons that you needed to learn, so you don't need to like relive them or have them reintroduced into this portion or creation of your existence, so your soul's existence. So that's why I say I have no earth placements in my chart, but I already have strong work ethic. I'm patient. Most of the time I do have fire energy in my chart, so I can be impatient sometimes, but I'm mostly patient. I'm good at finances, I'm good at budgeting, all of that kind of stuff. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, when you look at your birth chart, you can kind of better understand some portions of yourself and like where you've been, like where your soul has already been and where your soul wants to go next. So the last thing that I want to say about Saturn is that it is through the lessons of hard work and patience, learning those lessons, pulling them into yourself, and making them a part of who you are as an individual, like as your core being. It is that from that comes immeasurable bounty and abundance. So on the other side of Saturn's really hard, rough, dry, crass lessons lives the utopia, the oasis of worldly gain and abundance, okay? So the last item here with Capricorn is the 10th house. Last but certainly not least. The 10th house talks about structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. I would also say that the 10th house is connected to reputation. And if you really think about it from like a Capricorn perspective, because again, Capricorn is like the natural ruler of the 10th house. Capricorn is an energy, especially from Saturn, like there is a lot of integrity involved. Everything running in high vibration. Integrity, Capricorn energy, like, and again, this is high vibration. Not the Capricorn that you know that's a skis ball. And just also understand, I just said skis ball. Also understand that people are not just one sign, okay? So again, this is like pure Capricorn energy in high vibration. That integrity, when they say they're going to do it, they're going to do it. Mean what they say what they mean, right? Very serious energy, because that's Saturn, right? Dry, and the dry earth, the wind and the earth together. Very dry, very callous, very serious, but reliable. Capricorns understand that there's a value in their word, that there's value in doing what they say they're going to do. Because remember, they're about accomplishing things. So they build a reputation, a positive, strong reputation of accomplishment, of hard work, right? Of all of these Saturn lessons. And from that, have really strong reputation. So that's why I feel like the 10th house also covers reputation. And if you think about it, like the house after the 10th house is the 11th house, and the 11th house is about wishes coming true. And so those wishes coming true due to the hard work and effort that you put in the 10th house, that building those relationships and following through on your word and all of that kind of stuff is connected to those wishes coming true and developing strong relationships and networks and all that kind of stuff. So the 10th house and 11th house, actually all the houses are connected to each other in that way. The houses adjacent to them, like they connect to each other. But I really just thought I would point that out because I feel like it is this rigor that Capricorn has, again, supported and encouraged by that Saturn energy, and this like initiator, pioneering, forward moving sort of energy in the cardinal position that really, makes Capricorn, really sets Capricorn apart from the other signs in this idea and effort of creating legacy and building a foundation, a strong foundation. Okay, so I talked a lot. If you stuck through all of that, or maybe you skipped around and got to this part, the next section or next segment of our conversation today is going to be a reading for each of the 3 earth signs represented. So you can go ahead and skip to one of those readings if you want to. I hope this was informative for you, at least this part. I love talking about this stuff, as you can probably tell. It's really exciting to learn about all of these different parts and pieces that make us up as individuals. So my assignment for you, and this is random, literally just came to my mind, to give you homework. I'm a horrible person. But my assignment to you is to take a look at your birth chart and see if you have earth energy. If you do, where does that earth energy live? And what does that tell you about yourself? And understand, when you look in your birth chart, all of the zodiac signs are represented. So you are a little bit of everything. You got a little bit of everything in your birth chart. When you're looking at the planetary energies, you're looking at where the emphasis is. Do you have any emphasis, any planets, or heavenly bodies, I should say, so it includes the moon, includes the sun, etc., in any earthen, any house that an earth sign lives in, or in the 2nd, 6th, or 10th house? Because again, those houses are naturally ruled by earth energy. They're earthen, they're tangible houses. So taking a look at that, doing a little digging, a little research about what those placements are and what they mean for you, I think would really help you out. Okay, so beautiful soul. We're going to move into our readings. I'm going to start with Taurus. So if you need a moment to meditate, do pause the video at this point. Otherwise, we're just going to roll right into the readings. All right, hello Taurus, and welcome to your zodiac reading today. So we had a really beautiful conversation. Hopefully you were able to listen in. Drop comments down below, please do, if you have anything to add to our conversation. We had a really beautiful conversation about earth energy, support, stability, patience, trust. The number 4, I feel like, is very much so connected to that stable earth energy. So we're going to start off with, attraction. I love this card. I love that this card came up as your guiding energy because it is connected to I feel like Venus energy. And we have Libra represented, which of course is connected, which is the divine masculine side to Venus. And you, my dear Taurus, are the divine feminine side to Venus. So I love that. Attraction showed up. It is connected to air energy. And the pansy is the floral that it's connected to. I really love that. The number 7. Okay, so as an earth sign, this is the message I'm receiving. As an earth energy, you are attractive, or I should say as a Taurus. I feel like it's your stability that's really attractive. Your ability to be patient. I'm just getting this like very patient, very secure, very solid, calm energy is what's really attractive about you. I'm also wondering if you have an earth sign, could be Taurus or another earth sign in your Mercury. Because we have the air, air energy showing up. I'm just kind of getting that here. Maybe you even have strong Libra placements in your birth chart, which means you just have a lot of like active Venus energy. But I think beauty, attraction, I feel like there's a strong message around you focusing on what makes you attractive and focusing on what you're attracted to. And I feel like the message, what you are attracted to, asking yourself, is what you're attracted to what you truly desire as an outcome? That's a message I'm getting for some of you. There might be a misalignment there. And to just be honest with yourself about that and figure out how to make that more in alignment with what you're going after, what you truly desire in your life. So we also have the chameleon spirit. I actually really love the chameleon spirit. And the chameleon spirit really talks about acting as if you've already gotten to where you want to be. I'm getting the message for some of you, if you're like currently in a place or position where you're on a glow up, right? You're actively making yourself more attractive. Maybe you're actively trying to attract a partner for yourself that you feel like is high vibration, and you're kind of in that glow up stage in the process. I feel like the chameleon spirit is saying act as if you're already there. That's going to help you gain confidence. That's going to help you get yourself into the mindset. So for example, I'm getting this message like, I feel like it's Taurus energy. Taurus energy often likes the finer things in life. They like nice things. They like nice houses. They like nice things in their houses and to make their homes look nice. They like wearing nice things and all of that kind of stuff. So I feel like there's a message around, quality over quantity. So when you're going out to purchase that bag or that outfit or whatever, like getting something that's higher quality, and actually wearing it, actually using it, and not like hoarding it or thinking like, oh, this is really nice, I can't wear it, like I don't want to wear this now, I don't want to mess it up. I feel like there's a strong message around that, because again, you're acting as if you are already rich, right? Okay, you can afford to replace whatever that is 3 times over. And so yeah, I feel like there's just a strong message around quality over quantity, embodying what you want to attract, and not feeling like you can't use the nice things, like using the nice things that you've spent your hard-earned cash on. Okay, so we have the 8 of Shells here, and I feel like this card is actually really connected to the idea of the fact that you're on a journey. I'm feeling like with this energy, I mentioned a glow up or something like that, but I feel like you are on a journey. You are on a spiritual and potentially physical manifestation of a new stage of your life. With the 10 of Acorns here, I feel like you're shedding responsibility. I feel like you're leaving burdens behind that are not in high vibration, that you're reclaiming your power, that you're really starting to lean into and trust the universe, and using that awesome patience that you have, patience that you're cultivating. Because again, as I mentioned in our conversation earlier, the energies in our birth charts are not energies that we have already. They're energies that our soul is working towards. So if you have a lot of Taurus placements in your birth chart, that means you are working to cultivate those Taurus energies. Patience, trust, sensuality, all of that is connected together. So we have the Two of Acorns as well. So I feel like, again, insight, focus. I feel like you're on a journey of releasing burden, and you're on this quest of, emotional renewal and attraction and attractiveness and manifestation. Just feeling that really intensely, and I'm loving it, if I'm being honest. If I can be honest, yeah. I'm just really loving the energy here, Taurus, for you. This idea of renewal and movement and focus and, patience and steady gains and things like that are just all the messages that are floating around. Ocean Jasper always, I feel triggered whenever Ocean Jasper shows up, because sometimes I find it a little challenging to, schedule myself in and make sure that I am doing right health-wise by myself. So I just feel like this is a reminder, and I feel like you're kind of already doing that. And if you're not, then this is just a good reminder to make sure that you're scheduling yourself in, that you are taking care of yourself and putting yourself first, because we cannot fill other people's cups until our cup is full, right? Because we're empty. We can't fill cups when our cup is empty. So I just feel like that's a beautiful reminder to make sure that you are respecting your own time, first of all, and putting up boundaries for others to respect your time, but that you're also spending some of your time, you're giving some of that time currency to do something nice for yourself. It doesn't have to be really expensive or anything like that. It doesn't have to have a huge monetary ticket value, but just doing something nice for yourself and making sure to do that consistently putting yourself into a place of importance. So we have a Black Kyanite. I literally just said something about setting strong boundaries, didn't I? So I feel like the Black Kyanite is really just reiterating that message, triangulating that message here for you, is making sure that you're setting strong boundaries, you're scheduling yourself in as you move through this process of transformation, and as you start to focus more on yourself and your journey and your walk as well. So I love that. I love that message. I love when boundaries show up in a reading. So in Elder, the message that I do see for you here is this idea of creating rituals around your personal care, setting boundaries again with other people. And again, like we talked about routine today, that was actually the 6th house with Virgo energy, but I feel like there's a message for you, Taurus, around making sure that you're setting strong routines and rituals around self-care, physical, mental, spiritual self-care. So all of the layers, right? You're tapping into all of those different things. And I also feel like this idea of being focused and dedicated to yourself and your dreams, and making sure that you're not holding on to burdens of, that don't belong to you. And then we have a Crow spirit. So a strong message here around co-creating with spirits. And I feel like with trust being a keyword connected to your energy, Taurus, that spirit right now is asking, requesting, and encouraging you to co-create with spirit. And, that is going to take that trust. It is going to take trust. when we co-create with spirit, we end up magnifying our efforts, because we put in energy, spirit puts in energy, the universe puts in energy. So it's like you're getting your efforts are being magnified when you're able to work in tandem with spirit, instead of trying to do it all yourself. So if you're the type of person that may struggle with that, then to me this is just a reminder and encouragement for you to, put down that need to do it all alone and allow the universe to work in your favor. And then we have the watermelon. So the message here connected to the watermelon is this idea of fertility. So it is connected to the element of water, which again is the activating energy to earth, right? Water activates the minerals and all of that potential goodness in earth energy, in order for it to support life, okay? We also have a Leo energy connected here. So I feel like, Leo energy really kind of talks, it's connected to sun energy, which is about like our the core sense of who we are and our unique mark on the world. The energy that our soul is, really being called to express in the world is also here. I feel like this is going to awaken. I feel like this journey that you're going on, this setting boundaries, this shedding, shedding these energies that aren't your energies to take on. I feel like all of this is working to, get you to focus your energy on your essential purpose and your essential path in life, which is not determined by anyone else or anything else. It's determined by you and where you see see the direction of your life going. So this is a very empowering message for you, Taurus. I'm so excited for you and your journey. If something did resonate, drop a comment down below, click like, subscribe if we're not already connected here. And if you are interested in your personal reading, you can connect with me on Etsy. Link is in the description. Thank you again so much for your time and your beautiful energy, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your reading. I wanted to make sure that you could see your card because my lighting is a little loud. It's a little loud. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you could see it. Okay. It's like, where do I want to start? So again, we had a beautiful conversation today around earth energy. So grounding and supportive, and we're specifically talking about you, my beautiful Virgos: integrity, reverence, service, routines, paying attention to details. There's a very soft, angelic energy to you, Virgo, with that Mercury in placement, and this focus on service to others. So I think that's really beautiful. Oh, look, and we have an earth sign for you. We have an earth element here. So we have sweet corn as your guiding energy. Ooh, I think this is so cool. So there is a strong message here. Again, it's an earthen message that's connected to rituals. Ritual. The number 10 is an energy of completion. It's also an energy, if you reduce it down to the number 1, it's an energy of initiation, pioneering. So I feel like there's a strong message, Virgo, for you to start, and really focusing on the routines, and specifically routines around your health is the message I'm getting for you. Creating rituals around your health and your wellness, mental, physical, spiritual, all of the areas of wellness, all of the areas of who we are as individuals. And with Leo here, again, I feel like you're being connected to that solar plexus chakral energy, that energy that is who you are at your very core. Leo being connected to the sun is really about like that core energy of who we are, the essence of who we are. And so I feel like, again, there's a strong message around, if you don't already have strong rituals in place around cultivating success in your spiritual, emotional, physical world, I feel like there's a message for that. I feel like there's also, I feel like a lot of the times we connect, we think if we have, our sun is in Virgo, we feel like we already have that energy, but we don't. We're being called to cultivate that energy. As I explained in our earlier conversation in this video, if your sun or whatever sign is in Virgo, that means you're meant to cultivate that energy. You're meant to cultivate that Virgoian energy in that house, in that sign, etc., or in that planet if you have planet placements. All right, so we're working on it. We're works in progress always. So in Crassicola, what I do see here is this idea of starting fresh. Didn't I say something about starting something, initiating something, beginning something? Yes, I did. I think I did. So I feel like that message is just being triangulated here with the Crassicola. So I feel like again, starting something, not being afraid to begin something new. And sometimes that can be hard, especially for earth energy. Beginning something new can be a little bit different. It can be a little bit scary. I feel like for all humans, any human, starting something new, even if you are the type that really, really loves starting something new, starting new things. But I think the focus here is this idea of fresh. When I look at this corn, it just, first of all, it makes me hungry and it makes me want popcorn. Random maybe, but true. But there's something very fresh and refreshing. Like when you bite into a fresh ear of corn, I feel like you just taste Mother Nature's snap. Like Mother Nature snapped when she makes, like when you taste something that's natural, that's like delicious, like sweet corn, like a good watermelon. Y'all, my mouth watering. I'm so serious right now. I'm so serious. But I feel like that's kind of the message here, like this freshness, a renewal, and just not being afraid to start over, start fresh. So we have the Ten of Shells. The Ten of Shells to me is really, I feel like this is a card that's just promising you. It's promising you blessings. It's promising you well-being when you follow that path. When you follow that path, that's scary, right? Starting new sometimes can be scary. Starting fresh can be scary. Creating newness, rituals, all of that kind of stuff can be scary because we don't know what we're doing often. But I feel like there's just a strong message around blessings and well-beings coming from that. Power and perseverance coming from you embracing and leaning into your power and your energy, and just, yeah, it just feels like perseverance energy. Just kind of to keep going. Like even as you struggle through some of the process, keep going. I said something about starting over too, didn't I? And then we have the Three of Feathers. And this card is all about releasing. It's all about recovery. You know, this is air energy, that Three of Swords energy, which is about, you know, in order to move past something, you have to move through. That's something. You can't go under it. You can't go around it. You can't go whatever. You have to go through it. You have to feel it so you can release it And so you can recover and move on from it in a high vibrational way. High vibe. That's what we're cultivating here. High vibes. I love it. So we have Hawthorn, sacred ritual. I swear these messages are just triangulating each other. So again, the message in Hawthorn is this idea of sacredness, connected to this idea of ritual, connected to power, and perseverance is going to be connected to the ritual. Whatever you develop around your spirituality and spiritual growth and spiritual lessons is going to be the foundation. You know, it's going to be the foundation of your success, the foundation of your blessings, the foundation of your well-being. Working through that emotional content, you know, it could be mental content because this feathers energy. Working through your emotional content from a cerebral perspective might be a good perspective, point of view, position, and like way of looking at it. Like if you've been really kind of stuck emotionally in a place, then really just leaning into that mental, like working your way through it from the mind perspective instead of trying to feel your way through it, which probably will make more sense to you because Mercury is, you know, your ruling planet naturally. Then we have Burdock. So Burdock really talks about tenacity, which I feel like is very much so connected to Earth energy, particularly Saturn energy. And I know you're Earth, but you're also mutable. So I feel like there's a message around kind of sticking it out, sticking through some of the discomfort and, you know, the ugly phase of things. There's always that ugly phase to things, let me tell you. But I feel like, you know, there's a really strong message around on the other side of that ugly phase is, you know, a really beautiful, well worth it, you know, situation. Again, that Ten of Shells keeps coming up, this idea of fulfillment, emotional fulfillment specifically, I think is going to come to you when you lean more into that, you know, you persevere and you push through, perseverance, tenacity, when you push through that, whatever the difficulty, whatever the challenge might be. And then we have our beautiful dog spirit showing up. It's just reminding you to be loyalty to what you love. And I feel like, of course, you can replace that with a who, right? With who you love, the things, the people that you love. But I feel like I kind of want to lean in on this idea of what. We spend a lot of time talking about who's. Let's talk about what. What we love often is connected to our soul's calling. I feel like it's one of those things that you kind of can like just happen upon, something that you really love. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was there. You know, I didn't know that was a thing, or I didn't know that I would like doing that until you actually like find it. And so if maybe you're in a place or space where you want, I feel like there's a message around exploring things that you love, that you're interested in, that you're curious about. And, you know, this might be hard for Virgo energy, but not feeling like you have to necessarily master any of this stuff, but kind of just, you know, trying some things out. And if you find something you really like, yeah, lean more into that, you know, push it further. But I'm just feeling kind of just an explorative energy for you, Virgo, right now. Ooh, didn't I say something about... I said the Ten of Shells was about completion and fulfillment emotionally, I think. But we also have before completion. So right before, oh my gosh, I'm being triggered. I'm triggered right now. Sorry, I'm just having a moment of triggeredness. Before we complete something, and I want to note that the number 64 reduces down to the number 10 and then the number 1, which is our guiding energy today. The dog spirit too reduces down to the number 10 and then the number 1. And then we have the 10 of shells. All right, so I feel like the number 10 is really important. That number is triangulating, and again, the number 10 is connected to completion. You might have been on, some of you might have been on your journey for a while, and maybe you're getting restless, but I feel like you're on the last leg. I feel like that's the message for you. You're on the last leg. You might be feeling uncertain. You might have lost some of your faith. There might have been some instability. I feel like some hesitation, doubt. And I'm particularly getting a message around love. Since the 10 of shells did show up, I feel like I need to say this, that if you are looking for love, specifically a romantic connection, I feel like that fulfillment is coming. And I feel like right before we complete something, right before we get there, we have, the low moment. Right before we get there, we have the low moment. We have the moment where we're like, oh, this is never going to happen. It's never going to happen to me. This is never going to happen for me. Trust me, it happened to me. I'm talking about me, Kindred, Key over here. It happened to me on several occasions, by the way. I just want to put that out there. And then I'm also seeing a connection to the dog spirit. So I feel like emotional completions and blessings, specifically around your love space, will come to you when you are loyal to what you love. When you're doing the things that you love doing, you are in high vibration. You're living your best life. That is when you're going to end up attracting a more long-term stable partnership. That's what I'm feeling if you're vibing with a love message. Maybe you're not, and that's totally fine, but I got that message, so I'm sharing it. All right, beautiful souls. So these are the messages that I have channeled for you, my lovely Virgos. I hope this was helpful for you. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe, and I'll see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. So, my beautiful Caps, let's see. Let me go ahead and we're going to start with the Tau Oracle today for you. Whoa. Okay. We're going to start. All right. Well, let me get a full javelin. Okay. Okay. So we're at a standstill right now. Who are you cutting off? Who are you being cold to? Or is someone giving you the cold shoulder? That's just kind of the message I'm getting. Alienation. Maybe you feel like you're alone. Like you're climbing the mountain alone. There seems to be a lot of mistrust. I'm particularly getting in a work environment. Are some of you feeling attacked or feeling like you're the only ones, or maybe you're in a toxic work environment? Something. That's just what came to me. The number 3 is your guiding energy. So I'm feeling like there's a message here for you, Capricorn, especially if you've had your head down and you've been really grinding towards a goal. Maybe you've been really focused on something in particular, but I feel like there's a message around getting out more, socializing more, being more sociable. I don't know about you, but For me, I feel like, obviously, depending on when you watch this, this is meant to be a timeless reading, but I feel like lately I've been spending more time at home. If some of you know why, right? It's for a legitimate reason. But like getting out and being social was actually really necessary. And I feel like that's being encouraged, especially if you're feeling hostile, a little bit hostile, just in general. Feel like you need to get out and be with others. That's the message I'm getting right away for you. So we have the carrot, and in the carrot, I see, there's a strong message around clarity here. It's connected to Virgo energy and earthen energy. So there's a very earthy perspective and points of view. I feel like it's clarity that affects your earthen experiences. We also have the number 1 here, which talks about initiations and starting things. This feels like almost like ace energy, like Ace of Pentacles energy, where you're starting something. You could actually be starting a business. You could be, or that business that you had in your heart and your mind. I feel like there's a message around maybe starting a business or starting some sort of venture in that way. I feel like this is also talking about, so like carrots are, and I don't know how true this is, but they're supposed to like help your eyesight. I feel like in this particular case, we're talking about your spiritual eyesight. So I feel like there's a connection to your intuition, an increase in intuition, an increase in knowing without knowing, like knowing without proof or evidence, which isn't very Virgoian because Virgo energy is very analytical. But just like having clarity and just knowing without knowing what the truth is. I feel like there's just a strong message around truth. So trust your intuition. I'm getting the message here to pay attention to when you're vibing something. Like when you feel something, trust it, lean into it. Especially if you're not naturally like a intuitive, lean, trusting person. Could be a little bit more practical being an earth sign. But we all have capability. Like we all have all of these different parts to ourselves. We all have the ability to connect spiritually. We all have the ability to be grounded. It just might be more challenging for some of us to nurture some of these energies. Other energies might come more naturally to us. Clarity. I love that. Ace of Swords. Just like the Ace of Swords and Ace of Pentacles blended together. I love the spider spirit. Now listen, I low-key, a little freaked out by spiders. I'm not gonna lie about it. But I love the spider spirit because it talks about making your dreams reality. It talks about dream weaving, and I love dream weaving. And I feel like it's a very Capricornian energy, this idea of making your dreams, your desired outcomes come to fruition. There's a very dreamlike place and space as well with the spider spirit, with all like the purples and stuff like that. I don't know, I really love it. I try not to look at the spider too much, so I'm not gonna lie, just a little bit. I have issues, it's okay, I'm okay with it. Anyway, but I feel like clarity, this clarity that you have is going to put you in a place of manifestation. That's what I'm getting here with that. What? You saw me shuffle, right? Okay, so we have Lepidolite, and Lepidolite is connected to recalling your dreams. Hello, make your dreams real, recall your dreams. I feel like spirit is going to be, your spirit guides are going to be connecting with you through your dream space. So make sure that you are indeed tracking your dreams. You have a dream journal. If you don't already have a dream journal, then you should start one. You should start writing your dreams down so you don't forget them after, when you wake up fully. What also is helpful for me is doing a verbal dream journal, because sometimes, listen, I tried to write things down, and then when I actually woke up and was conscious, I couldn't read anything that I wrote. It was illegible. Even though I thought, I remembered writing it down, and I thought I was really getting it. I thought I was really writing the words properly, but I really wasn't. It made no sense to me. So what I do now is I use a recorder app on my phone, and I just speak these things. And it's faster. First of all, it's faster. It doesn't pull you completely out of your unconsciousness, your subconsciousness. And to me, it's a better way. I mean, actually, you could probably say crazy stuff, right? You could say things that don't make sense too. But I just found that using the recorder app was more helpful for me to recall my dreams. But you are being called right now to pay attention to your dreams. So, truth and clarity. The Justice card came out. So you guys, listen. Hello. Triangulating messages here. Triangulating messages. I'm also getting the message here that if you've been working on something, working towards something, again, maybe you already started a business and things are maybe slowing down. You're not sure why. Or maybe you were moving towards some sort of advancement, and for some reason it feels like hanged man energy to me. The only way to get out of that place, to get out of that space, is through clarity, becoming clear on what you truly want, what you truly desire, and the pathway to get there. So truth and clarity, dreams, paying attention to your dreams. Oh my gosh, Capricorn, these messages are just coming through. And so we had the Three of Crystals here. So collaboration, productivity. I said something about being with other people in the beginning of this message, didn't I? Socializing. And then we had the Three of Crystals come out. So I feel like there's a strong message here around, yes, indeed, collaborating with other people, connecting with others, warming yourself up, warming up your situation. If you're resonating with the fact that you started something and for whatever reason it's kind of coming to a halt, or you're having difficulty making progress on it, connect with other people. Find other people who are doing what you're doing. Find like-minded individuals. I'm getting the 11th house here, Aquarius energy here. This idea of connecting. Aquarius energy is the divine masculine side to your planet, okay? But this idea of networking and connecting with other people, like-minded people, because it's in this collab. You don't have to do it all your own, is what I'm getting. I said, sorry, Capricorn, I feel like I'm everywhere right now, but I'm getting so turned up because I feel like this message is so real right now. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring it. I'm gonna try to get it together. I was getting really excited. I'm still really excited. You don't have to do it on your own. You're not meant to do it on your own. That's what I'm hearing for you. That the truth here, or at least part of the truth, is that you're not meant to do it on your own. Sometimes, as Capricorns, again, that goat, right? The lone goat climbing the mountain. It can be isolating, and it can, sometimes you feel like, oh, I can do it on myself. I can do it by myself. I don't need help. Maybe you don't need help, but why do it all yourself if you don't have to? Why? You can also do it better. You can do it often faster. And I know you probably don't really care about fastness because you're a very patient sign, but yeah, I just feel like there's a really strong message here for you around getting clear on your truth, gaining clarity around what your truth is through dream exploration, specifically, collaborating with others. And I feel like you could also gain clarity through collaborations with others. getting ideas, being in an incubator, being in a space where people are sharing ideas and thoughts and methods and different things like that, I feel like is really going to be beneficial to you. And we have the Four of Shells here, soul searching, reevaluation. I feel like for some of you, this is like a real legit spiritual test for you. That's the message I'm feeling. Especially if you're connecting with the lone warrior energy. I feel like it's not going to work until you figure this out. Whatever this is for you. Whatever this thing that we're becoming clear on, whatever this truth is, I feel like I feel like there's some dishonesty here, like in yourself. Is this your dream? Is this your dream? Or is this someone's dream for you? Are you living someone else's truth? These are the two cards that just popped out. I was going to put them back in, but look. Golden Poppy, Dream, and Calendula, Brighten. Dream, dream, dream. Wow, Capricorn. Brighten really feels like the Sun card to me in tarot. I feel like there's just in general, especially since we started with this idea of standstill, this idea of coming to a halt, things ceasing to flow, ceasing to move. You've lost your way. This is the message I'm channeling. You've lost your way. You don't know what is yours and what is not yours, what is outside of you. You've been charging towards this for so long that you don't know if it's truly what your heart desires anymore. You don't know if it's truly going to fulfill you, but you're an earth sign and you're headed that way. You're charging full speed. And I feel like the standstill is saying, stop. It's like, you're running through the forest and your ankle, your foot gets caught in a trap and it just yanks you up and you're upside down then in the tree. I feel like you're being asked to pump the brakes right now on something, whatever it is. So there's a couple messages. This is the first message. You're being encouraged to pump the brakes. You're being encouraged to look inside yourself. Dream. Pay attention to your dreams. Oh my gosh. Start a dream journal if you don't have one. Find a way to capture your dreams. Write them down. Truth, clarity, truth, soul searching, reevaluation. Again, is this truly what I want? Is this truly going to fulfill me? Is this what I desire? I feel like there's a strong message also with Brighten again that reminds me of the Sun card in tarot, is to enjoy life more. Sometimes, all work, no play. Like, no, that is not what life is for. Life is about balance. Where there is work, there shall also be play. That sounded like a 10 commandment or something, didn't it? I mean, I don't know. It kind of did to me. So that's like the kind of the first message. The second message is something has come to a halt. Something has come to a standstill. And gaining clarity through your subconscious, dream, through your subconscious is actually going to bring clarity, the truth, and it's going to show you what you need to do. Collaborating with others, taking a lighter approach in general to things is also a really strong lesson and message that you're being encouraged to pull forward. Yeah, but I feel like your message is very much solely focused on dreams, on your dream space, on cultivating and paying attention to and journaling your dreams. I mean, triangulation couldn't be any more clear in this message than it is in yours. Like 3 separate cards from 3 separate decks that came out with the word dream in it. Okay. So, my beautiful Capricorns, and this is the message that I have received for you. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye.